While we've grown out Weep Ninny Bong, I'm Engineer Hoist, and welcome to our weekly Transformers Earth Wars news stream now on Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on YouTube. And hello to everybody in the chat joining us live. We've got Tavish Tiger, Wolfman, Joseph Trujillo, Super VH, Volcanica 69, LB Green, PB Chew 18, Joey Johnston, Razor Quake 46, channel member Gen 1 Red Alert. Thank you for your support. And yeah, who else did I get? Mr. Steeler, I saw Risk in here, Autobot Phil, Christian Cruz, Lord Avix. Welcome everybody. If it's your first time here, welcome to the party. If you're a returning member, which most of you are, thank you for coming back. So we got a little bit to talk about. Of course, we're going to talk about those weekend's event. Got some crystals to crack. I did actually purchase one of those combat bundles, which I haven't done in a while, so hopefully we'll have some pretty good luck with that. And I got some toy stuff to talk about if you stick around after all the Earth Wars stuff is done. So how about we go ahead and get right into the news. This weekend's event is called Swamped and Swarmed. Take part and win up to 5,000 Prime Core shards, 100 total shard crystals, 300,000 spark, and 20 million alloy and energon. This is an individual event where you go through prestiges. There are 20 prestiges, starts at the usual Friday start time, ends at the usual Monday stop time, and Super XP throughout the event. Got to be headquarters level 4, and then you don't have to be an alliance because it's individual, but you play the same way you usually do. Hit the yellow event button, pick your zone, win the battle, win the points, and collect your prizes. The event battle zones are the flat battle zones. We haven't seen these in a while. 10 points per win, and that'll help you progress through the prestiges. And here are the prizes you can win. Each prestige, you go through it 20 times. This is a little different than what they said in the newsletter, but it was confirmed in the VIP, the VIP Discord channel, and when you look at what the prizes are listed there, yeah, it's 20 prestiges, so I think it's like 1,300 something points total. So as usual with the individual events, it's not too much effort. So I do like the flat battle zones because you have everybody has an equal chance of being successful, because it doesn't matter how strong your bots are, because you get the same amount of points for every zone. So there you go. Every prestige you'll get 5 of the new shard crystals, and you know, all of that stuff. So yeah, good stuff. I like these little individual events. It's also a good time to take a break if you really don't need any of those prizes. You can always just take a break and take the weekend off and do whatever you prefer to do. And if you're not familiar with the total shard crystals, there it is right there on the screen. It's the same ones that we've been seeing for a while. Chance at premium 3-star, 4-star, and 5-star shards. Equal chance at all of those. So very cool. And we finally get to see a little bit more of these new bots. They showed them off during the stream last week, although they were very early drafts. They were just kind of like the paint overs. And I think we talked about it last week. But here we've got a nice, good look at Whirl. Sea Phantom, I had to crop it out of the little image they put in the newsletter, but we'll get to that in a minute. Whirl is a study in contradictions. When his feet are connected to terra firma, he's calm, collected, and rational. But once airborne, he becomes a wild, erratic force of nature, as unpredictable as he is unhinged. A furious fighter, his aerial tactics are sometimes sanity-defying, but actually there's a method to his madness. His sheer capriciousness unsettles his adversaries, and his bizarre flight path makes him very difficult to target. Appearances to the contrary, Whirl is a first-class pilot and a fearless one. So, very good. And why does he have hands? That's a good point. If we look at the figure, which I think he's most based on, the Thrilling 30, he's got a lot of people are calling them claws, but you know, honestly, they're more like tongs, like salad tongs. But yeah, we actually talked about that in Discord. Why does he have hands? And I pulled up an image from one of the comics where there was Whirl with his hands. He's like, I wish I had my hands back. And basically the answer is he got his wish. He got his hands back. And I don't know, maybe it was just easier to animate hands. So, yeah, so there you go. But we'll take a look at the toy in more detail a little bit later. So let's go back here and talk about Sea Phantom. And so yeah, they had a pretty nice looking model. They may still change the look of him, but you know, I like to have the image, so I just pulled up Photoshop and cropped him out of there. When you do it enough, it gets a lot easier the more you do it, believe me. Sea Phantom is a master of the surprise attack with the patience to lie in wait, motionless, for hours on end, and then strike with sudden, trenchant purpose. It's all about the thrill of the hunt to him, and the more difficult or deadly his prey, the more he relishes it. With energy-absorbing armor that masks his presence and teleportation abilities, he can be on you before you know it. His shark beast mode as lethal as the creature it's modeled on. No one sees him coming until it's much too late. So, yeah. So there you go. And yeah, as we saw, if you I don't have the Sea Phantom version. I have Overbite with the original G1 Seacon coloring with the pink, the purple, the teal. I love these colors. Now the Sea Phantom is basically the same model. They did release it as a toy as God Neptune, which I believe is from Beast Wars 2nd or something like that. Yeah, so there you go. That's his. That's the story behind the coloring, and but we'll have to stand in with a guy with the different colors for me. Yeah, there you go. Skywarp of the Seas, yeah, with the whole teleportation thing, that was interesting to me. It'll be interesting to see if we see the teleportation in the game. Considering that World doesn't have that, I'm thinking it's a long shot, but hey, we never know. We'll see. And we don't know their abilities yet, but we'll find out next week, because I believe they're coming next week in next week's event. And before we get to the community corner, I just saw this like right before the stream, otherwise it would have been in the slides. Apparently there is a new channel in the Discord, the official Discord server, called Wiki Updates, and I noticed that the new features that we talked about last week, dispatch missions, the 3rd research slot, they were supposed to come out today, but it got delayed until next week. But they already have the wiki up there. So Let's see where that's the behind the scenes of the live stream. So here you go. So they've got the dispatch missions description all the way up there. One thing interesting to note, it opens up to everybody at headquarters level 9. So that was one of the questions I had. When is it going to become available? So if you're headquarters 9 or above, the dispatch missions should be available to you. If you're below headquarters 9, well, keep working your way up. And they can reward bot XP, Z Energon, building core chips, and other in-game rewards. And so it goes through all of it. They've even got a nice little graphic here with numbers there, just explaining what all of this down here is. They've confirmed if you want to unlock these extra slots, it's 1,000 cyber coins each. And so that's basically it. So go check that out on the TF Transformers Earth Wars wiki. If you don't have a link to that, it's available in the official Discord server. And it's tfew@.zendesk.com. And that'll get you where you need to go, and then you can search around. The research lab, they also confirmed via this wiki how much it's going to cost. We weren't real sure. It sounded like it might have been 2 million Z Energon, but here they're confirming that it's 1 million, not 2 million, 1 million. Still a lot, but but it's half of what we thought it might have been. And there's no headquarters requirement. Is if you can earn the Z Energon, you can unlock not only the second slot but also the third slot. And that requirement is for to unlock elimination mode, which is headquarters level 12. So there's the information. Yes, it is very expensive, Volcanic is. So there you go. Just a couple little updates that I thought were worth noting around the updates that we're planning to be coming in, that were supposed to come today, but will in fact come next week. So there you go. A little information for you there, and it's on the TFEW wiki. It's on the Earth Wars wiki, freely available to go look at any time, whether you're looking for that or for anything else. All right, so let's get to the community corner, then go crack some crystals and chips, shall we? First up, I thought I had that clicked already. First up, we got the perennial contributor Razorquake46 with some more of his creations in a couple of different games. Usually it's Forza Horizon 6, but I think he might have had to go to a couple of other similar games. First up, we got Shatter and Barricade, looking really cool. And we've got Whirl and an interesting take on Skywarp, kind of like those Hearts of Steel, Skywarp and Starscream and Seekers, that were like the triplane, but this is more of like a World War I or more of a World War II, I suppose, take for Skywarp. So yeah, pretty cool. Well done. And we also have Leadfoot from Dark of the Moon and Drift in his classic G1 style from the IDW comics and from his original figure in the Generations line. And let's see, we got a couple more. Bumblebee, because of course, so far you've contributed about as many Bumblebees as I have in my collection. Actually, you're way behind. I've got about 50 of them. There's a lot of Bumblebee toys out there. Seriously, stop with the Bumblebees. Anyway, and next to him, you might think that's Stinger, but oh no, that's a fresh take on Sideswipe. I believe that's the newest style Corvette, and Sideswipe should be red, so he gave him a red paint job. So well done. Looks very good. I like that. The product placement has paid off for a lot of these companies. Yeah, it sure has. I mean, we're looking at them all and salivating over all of these fancy cars. Not really. I like my Telluride. Anyway. And we've also got some images here. Starting off with Jazz is still dancing, and Monkey Prime is just can't believe it. He's like, man, this guy will not stop dancing. It's kind of like he's doing the Papa Lockathon from Community. I don't know if y'all will get that reference, but yeah, it's funny. So that's Jazz Chang. Sorry, I don't know why I brought Community into this. Probably just because I love that show. Anyway, go watch it. It's great. Next up, he says, what if Ratchet lived? You know, like if Lockdown hadn't and what was it, Cemetery Wind hadn't tracked him down and killed Ratchet, he may have faced off against Stinger. So well done. I like that. And my favorite was this one. It's a recreation of the end of the Transformers Prime. I think they still did that movie after this, but this is what they were up in orbit. They've got the Omega Lock fired up. It's there. Bumblebee had just gotten shot, fell into it, but he survived. And at the same time, it also fixed his voice box. And I don't remember the exact quote. He says, you took my voice box, but you'll never take anything from anyone ever again, as he rams the Dark Star Saber through Megatron's chest and kills him. So, yeah, very, very, very cool. I was very happy to see this. Even though you got two different versions of Bumblebee and Megatron, as opposed to Transformers Prime, but hey, it's all good. It's still those same two characters reenacting that scene. I was very happy to see it. Well done. Got applause for Razorquake there. So thank you for your. Was it the Star Saber, not the Dark Star Saber? Okay, fine. You got. I've never made any claims to being 100% right. It's been a while since I watched it. Thanks for the correction. Yeah. Okay. So let's go to Pichu, our resident Minecraft Transformers modeler. We've got Impactor here. Remember, we're working through the Autobots now because we ran out of Decepticons to do. So we're working through. We've got Impactor here, and we've got Springer. So I think we're doing a Wreckers thing. So and then following Springer, we've got Sandstorm, which that's amazing how you got the wheels out there for it. So really well done for these guys. And sticking with the Wreckers because Broadside, I believe, was a Wrecker at some point as well. Interesting that all of the Autobot triple changers were part of the Wreckers. So probably the mode that this Titans Return Broadside looks best in is his bot mode. I guess the aircraft carrier mode isn't too bad, but man, that jet mode is awful. I mean, what are you gonna do from an aircraft carrier to a jet? You know, so. And this kind of cemented the fact that we were working on the Wreckers because we've got Rotor Storm, another blue Autobot helicopter, along with Whirl, who is the original blue Autobot helicopter, finishing off the Wreckers, and of course also because he's the newest bot coming to the game, alongside Sea Phantom. So I've been told that he may still be putting a little bit of work into this guy as we see the final release of him in the game, and but I think you could kind of tell who he is. So well done all around, PB2. Thank you for sharing. And that's going to do it for the slides. If you happen to be watching somewhere other than YouTube, there's the link to the channel, youtube.com/EngineerHoist. Live Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern, talking about Transformers Earth Wars. And you can also follow me Instagram and Twitter at EngineerHoist for infrequent behind-the-scenes content. And I always like to end this segment of the show with a big shout out and thank you to all of our channel members and moderators for all of your support throughout the weeks and months and years that you've been here helping out and supporting. Thank you very much. And that is that. So let's go over here and take a look at these guys. One thing I changed with Whirl since last weekend is I noticed in the game model he had his little missile launcher clipped to the one leg, and well, I guess this is kind of another missile launcher clipped to the other leg. So I went ahead and did that. They don't really show his other guns here in the game. But you got to put them somewhere, so I just left them on his hand. Previously, they were clipped to either side of this one, so I just put them down on his legs where they got them. And got his tongs here. If you want to see what it looks like in the back, there you go. There's Whirl with his chicken legs and everything. Like I said, you can straighten them out, but it doesn't really work well if they're straightened out. So I like it like this anyway, because that's how he was in the comics. And of course we have Overbite over here. And a lot of people are like, oh, what's he based on? Is he based on like the Ripper Snapper toy, right? Well, I went and dug out my Ripper Snapper so you can kind of see them side by side. And indeed, it is the Ripper Snapper mold. Most of it is the same. Things that have changed from Ripper Snapper to Overbite here, in turn, Sea Phantom, the head. This little chest piece here, it covers their little chest port there, so that little piece changed. The legs are the robot legs and arms and hands are all the same. The body itself is the same. The shark legs are different, and the shark head is different. But the body, all of the arms, and all of the robot legs, they're all basically the same. Now, in the game, Ripper Snapper doesn't really transform like this guy because in the game, these legs here become the arms. But, you know, they can take creative liberties within the game because they don't have to follow the actual laws of physics. So there you go. So there is your comparison with Overbite and Ripper Snapper, the original toy that he was based on. And one last look at the new bots coming next week. His chicken legs might go with chicken on a stick. Probably could. The Whirl has hands now, or else he wouldn't be good for anything except roasting marshmallows. Well, he's got the hands now. He was originally a clockmaker back before Emperata was done upon him, so he can go actually work on clocks now. It's time for some crystal cracking. What do you say? Oh, and just because it happens to be around this time, let's go check out what our daily Cyber Pass quests are. 10 auto cannons, that's going to be easy. 3 abilities in a battle to win, that'll be easy. 5 battles with 3 warriors. I don't know if I have any squads that are regularly like that, but I can definitely make some up. But if we go look at the rewards, I have completed the main part of the pass and received my skins. All that's left is the stretch goals of the total spark crystals. I don't know how far I'll get to. I might get to the first one or two. So good deals, good deal. Oh, before we get there, we've got some crystals to claim. Or, well, one crystal. One chip, actually. Because I got to that point in the Cyber Pass, that completed a 5-star combat chip. So, I get to choose which 5-star combat chip that I want. And in this case, I'm not going to ask you which one to crack because I only have one left in Legacy 1, and it is Flak, and I want Flak. So that's what we're getting. So, spoiler alert, we're getting Flak. We're still going to save him for the end just in case we don't get anything else good. Alright, so we've got it. So we'll go ahead and crack these skins. There's the G2 Grimlock skin. We can go put them on once we're done with this. Remind me in case I forget. And this is who is it? Dive Bomb. I completely forgot about that one. So Energon Dive Bomb. All right. So there we go. Duplicate 3-star crystal because we need those 4-star shards because we're closing in on getting a 4-star Metroplex. And we've got some, what are these here? Oh, universal bot core chips and a couple of gold chip. So we'll go ahead and crack these power core chips. Oh, it could have been anything, and we're getting the gold one. But it's a wall buster. I don't need it. That's food. Got the silver one this time. Guaranteed food. More food. And last one. More food. So, I got all food. Okay, that's fine. A couple of gold cores. And there's Itachi Wechi. Thunderstorm. I don't think I really need it, so that's food. Yeah, Food City, indeed. Tactician. Yeah, I got lots of those. So yeah, all the power cores. Food City. We have some premium crystals. Now we're over into Dupe City, I'm sure. Beast Wars Ironhide. Speaking of that, I have been looking all week for that catch-up bundle of Beast Wars Ironhide to show up because I have money to give Space Ape, but they don't want to give me that bundle. I'm guessing maybe he's just not in that rotation yet. But the good news is I did see on the Discord server next week's Combiner bundle is going to be Magnaboss and Tripredicus, so we might be cracking some Magnaboss crystals next stream. And there is, ooh, nice 3-star duplicate. I will happily take those 4-star shards. And Air Raid, nothing to get too excited about. Cup. Prime and Duncan, welcome. Yeah, Super Vage is kind of in the same boat I am. He's looking for a Lightspeed bundle, but doesn't quite want to buy the Computron. Yeah, I'd rather buy the Beast Wars Ironhide Direct bundle instead of the Magnaboss. But you know, I had pretty good luck with Combiner bundles in the past, so I'm gonna go for at least a small bundle of the Magnaboss bundle. All right, let's turn on X10 and make this go a little bit faster. And there's Sandstorm we saw in the Minecraft, and Slash. Ooh, more 4-star shards. Slug. Ultra Magnus, we saw him out of that 3-star crystal earlier. Skylinks. Gold Fire. Pyra Magna. Tiger Rock. Blades. Speaking of that, that's who's getting my flack. I've been waiting to put my 5-star blades to this day has not had a combat bot because I knew flack was coming eventually. So he's going to be getting his combat bot here before too long. So we did get a bonus gold core, but it's Death Pulse. So more food. Okay, so we should be. This is for the Tricera shot bundle. So of course any other combat bot could still show up, but you know I don't have any Tricera shot yet. So probably going to get at least the 2-star. Hopefully we'll get the 3 or the 4. I'm not sure if we'll Zour is going to be in this. Shatterglass Steeljaw is. We got a 3-star last weekend out of some I think it was a premium chip. But the 2-star and 4-star of Shatterglass Steeljaw still out there. Enough yakking, let's do it. Shield drawn. There's Tricera shot. There we go. Let's hope the cutscene plays, says Grand Galvatron. I agree. Ouch, Razorquake. Literally one bot away from 3 different combiners. Prowl, Beastors, Ironhide, and Blades. The game hates me. Yeah, no, that's everybody, man. Everybody was one bot away from a combiner at some point. And it seems like you get every bot in the world imaginable except the one that you need. Alright, so we got the 2-star Tricera shot. We got 70 more chances to try to improve the haul. Joseph Trujillo got a 2-star and a 4-star. Congrats. Hopefully I match it. I'm halfway to that. Hopefully I match it at least. But we've been sitting here through 200 crystals before and not gotten anything. Or at least nothing more than the 2-star, maybe the 3-star. A lot of 3-stars coming through though. Risk got all 3. Very cool. Uh-oh, here we go. 3-star Tricera shots. Alright. That's 2 down. Now there's definitely still some 4-stars out there that I can still get, so I mean if they I think there might be, I think it's just our, that's the 3-star. Oh, there's our 2-star Steel Jaw. Told you he might show up. So if they light up, it's not necessarily Tricera shot. But I mean, it's still going to be something good, I'm sure. Just got back from helping to run a track meet. Very cool. Very cool. I see Bricks Motion joined. Jer Barbara, welcome. Yeah, it has been a long time. Welcome back. That's about how it usually goes. Dupe City is in full effect right now. Well, I appreciate you stopping by for what little time that you're able to be here. 2-star? Does that mean there's a 4-star coming? That's because if you've already got it, it's one of those glitches when you open 10 at a time. It usually means there's something else good coming. Or did it already happen and I missed it? Or maybe it doesn't mean anything. I guess we'll find out at the summary page. Top heavy. There it is. There it is. I knew it meant something good. We kind of missed out on the whole lighting up business, but it's there, and we got the hat trick. So very happy. Now we've got 30 more. Let's see if we can't pull another miracle, or if we're just going to be stuck in Dupe City. Not sure about the cutscene. We'll get through these crystals here first. Duplicate Night Stalker. Thoughts on Legacy Override? Well, first of all, I hate that they come out early because somebody does some dishonest things and reveals it before Hasbro does. But I think it looks awesome. Look happy. Well, I try to look happy. I mean, you know, 'cause, you know, I'm on camera. I try to look happy. I mean, I'm definitely happy that we got the trifecta out of this bundle. It wasn't even the most expensive bundle, so that's I've definitely dropped a $2 or $3 $100 bundles before and not gotten anything good, or at least nothing more than a 3-star. So the fact that got the trifecta out of this one. That is something to be happy about. I'm also pretty happy the flak is coming for my blades. A lot of 3-star dupes. So these are all more, every time I see 3-star or 4-star come through, I'm just like, yep, working our way towards the next 5-star. Alright, so there we go. Before we bring in flak, let's go see if there's a cutscene. I'm sorry. No cutscene. Pretty sure there is one because I could have sworn I saw it on the test server when they gave us these in test, but it must still not be working. And finally, the moment I've all been waiting for. Five-star flak. Yes. Yeah, boy. Okay, so let's go in here. And so, where is he? There he is. There is Blades. As you can see, I've got him pretty well leveled up. He's level 10 ability. He's maxed enhanced ordnance core. I'm honestly, now that I have flak, I'm thinking I might switch out Prima on him. But yes, indeed, here we go. Bang. Equip. It's like they were made for each other. Now I just gotta level up flak. But I could do that another time. You guys don't need to see that. But I've got my 4-star flak on tracks. It was very helpful in the raids. And I have my 3-star flak on my 4-star blades. He's in my raids now too. In fact, he's still been in there, even though I've got the 5-star, because he's got flak. So getting 5-star flak for my 5-star blades now also allows me to improve my raid squad because I can swap out 4 for 5. And I'm definitely going to. Oh, I still got to equip Steeljaw. But I gotta figure out who to put. Where is he at? Oh, that's right. I was like, "Where's Tricerashot?" But I'm in the combat bots that are compatible with blades. I was almost about to be upset. So. Yeah. All right. So we'll back out of there. Let's see. Risk, who definitely knows her stuff, says enhanced ordnance doesn't increase the hack; it only increases the damage from dropping the hack bomb. So Prime is definitely a better choice. Yeah, he definitely does some damage from dropping the bomb. I've definitely cleared some stuff out, but I definitely think I want to go with Prima, because right now I've got Prima on Skyburst because before the combat bots came in, that's the one who it made the most sense on. But I mean, she's on teams, but she's not on any of my good teams like raids or wars. So I think it's kind of wasted on her. So I'll be saving up my energons and swapping that out over to Blades. Perceptor works well with Tricerashot. That's one who I was thinking of possibly, or Cheetor. I got to think about it. I definitely don't want to put it on Bumblebee, Scrapnel, or Chromia Fellbat, or I think Rustdust Scavenger, because they have that stun, the constant stun attack. And Tricerashot has a bit of a stun, but it's not constant like them. So I will not put any combat bot on any of those little scout dudes have that consistent stun. Bots like Perceptor or Bombshell, Cheetor, Black Arachnia that don't have the stun, they just have like a normal little blaster. Sure, I'll put a combat on. So let's go ahead and go over here. And just to confirm, there is Tricerashot. Now, whoever I put him on is probably going to need to be swapped. Like I said, I was thinking of putting him on my Cheetor here. But Cheetor, yeah, especially because he's just got a little 2-star rat trap. So, pretty sure I'm putting Tricerashot on this dude. Beyond that, Afterbreaker, I don't think Afterbreaker has the stun. I can't remember. But definitely don't want to put it on Chromia. Perceptor is definitely a choice. Don't want to put it on Bumblebee. Don't want to put it on Rustdust. So Blur can use it, or Punch can use it. Punch doesn't have a stun, but it's interesting. We learned that Punch has 2 different attacks. Punch versus Counterpunch has different attacks. Punch actually has like that triple missile similar to Sea Spray, so I probably wouldn't put it on him either. Can't remember what Blur does, so it might work on Blur, but definitely, as you can see, the best bot I have here is Cheetor, so he's getting Tricerashot, but I gotta swap out. Actually, Rat Trap's just a 2-star. It doesn't cost much of anything to take that off, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do it right now. So there you go. That is a gigantic gun. They made him the biggest gun ever for the littlest bots in the game. That's ridiculous. Oh, I'll worry about the other ones another time. Oh, that's crazy. That's ridiculously huge. Blur has a mini beam, okay. Luke says, love my 5-star B with 4-star trench foot. Hey, if that's what you like, great. Does he still stun even though he's got trench foot? Because I mean, that's key. Bumblebee is on my raid squad because whatever building he's at, even one of the big ones, if he's at it, he's got that thing stunned. Really big help for the team. Got Blur in last weekend's event. What combat bot and core could you equip him with? Not real sure. Honestly, I don't think I have Blur. I only have a 3-star Blur, so I haven't really put a lot of thought into him. Positive I don't have a combat bot on him. Pretty sure I don't have a power core. Yeah, so I don't have anything on him. I just got the Shattered Glass core on him. What kind of cores does he have besides those? He's probably just a universal. So you got Vitality, Rejuvenate, Tactician, Wall Buster, Attack. All else fails, throw a Rejuve on him. And Prime and Duncan says Spoil Sport for Blur. think I have the 4-star. So, Spoil Sport says every 5 seconds you fire a plasma disc that deals damage. Okay, so similar to Shoulder Pads Prime and Avocado Megatron. Right. So I've got him on my Skydive, and I got his equivalent. Was it Aimless for the Decepticons? And yeah, it works. It works fairly well. So yeah, I can see that working for Blur. That's a good choice. So some bots, it really doesn't matter which combat bot you put on them. You know, any available bot would work well. Some of them just work better paired together. So yeah, definitely like Blades doesn't even really need flak, but I like him, and he's a 5-star, and I want flak on him. But the key thing there is flak pairs with Prima Prime Core. That's really the key there. Honestly, it doesn't matter who you put flak on, but you need to pair Prima. Well, let's see. There is a cutscene. I did see they have the first story. You want to do that? Want to do part 1 of the story? Since normally they do it on the stream, and they didn't do the stream today. How about we do that? How about we do that? That way we can still get a cutscene. Maybe we make since we're doing this Thursday, this should be available. Maybe we'll make that a regular part of the stream. You guys tell me. I know what your answer is. You guys like the cutscene. So Swamped and Swarmed, there's all your information about the event. Broadside. Okay, Sea Spray, you know what you gotta do. Dive, dive, dive. Then dive some more, right? Right. The reanimum bearing ore is a whopping 7 miles straight down. That kind of pressure could pop your rivets. 7 miles? Is that all? I was diving to the depths of 30 miles of the West Sea, and no socket got compressed. No, that's gotta be so much Sea Spray. Well, okay, if you say so. Anyhow, I'll be inertia neutral here on the surface in case the cons show up. Roger that, Broadside. I doubt there's a con force who can compete with my sub-aqua skills. Listen, Sea Spray, I know you don't get out much, but get on with it, will you? If the swarm shows up, we're all in deep water. You're right, Prowl. Challenger deep. Here I come. Prowl to Rotostorm. Any sign of our high-altitude hotshot yet? Negative, Prowl. Blades and I are in a holding pattern at the marker, but as yet he's a no-show. What's keeping him? There must be a problem with the satellite relay in the space bridge assembly. Stand by. I need to go flip a table. A little ad-lib there. You guys know what I mean. Stand by, he says. 50 miles above sea level. The chop creaking my skids, and he wants us to stand by? Easy, Blades. Conserve power. You'll need it to stay aloft. I'm just frustrated. That reanimum cloud is, what, 5 miles up? So near, yet so far. Well, looks like you get a chance to work out some of that frustration. Decepticon flyers inbound. And that's not all. There we go. There we go. We got a story. A heavy Sea Spray story. I have no idea how I did do that. So just, I have no idea. Has a Dracula sound to it? Okay. I've got to watch this back afterwards because in my head it sounded good but sounded ridiculous at the same time. Definitely felt ridiculous. Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, I can't imagine doing that for a whole episode. Oh. I think that's all the Earth Wars content for today. We got so yeah we got 5-star flak. We've got 4-star, 3-star, 2-star Triceratops shot. We even picked up a 2-star Shatterglass Steeljaw to go with the 3-star that I haven't equipped yet. Yeah, very cool. So if you're only here for the Earth Wars stuff, you can leave. But I got some toy stuff to talk about, including some add-on kits. So stick around. We're going to be talking with that here. Talking about that. And let us go over... First off, we'll get these guys out of the way. One last look at these guys. Mold mates. Sort of. Daniel Evans, good to see you. So, what we've got here is I didn't get anything new this week. Because, it's fine having that in there. I didn't get anything new this week just because, you know, that's how it goes sometimes. But I did get a care package from a good friend of mine. And let me go and grab this real quick. Some of you guys may know Larkin's Lair. He's a good friend. And being full disclosure, he's a friend. He said he had a good month and he wanted to help out some of us. So he sent us all a sampling of some of his wares. So there is his card he sent. I'm also going to put a link to his Etsy shop in the description in case you want any of these items that you're going to see. So once again, there it is, Larkin's Lair or Larkin Vein. You can find them on Etsy. You can find them on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. There you go. We can pull that up again. So a couple of things that he sent over. They come in these little bags, and you might have an idea if you kind of see what these are. So first up, we got a little kit here. Just a couple of weapons. So if you happen to get Legacy Skywarp, you notice that he comes with this tuning fork or slingshot or water dowsing rod or whatever, but he doesn't come with his null rays or whatever you might want to call them. So Larkin said, "Oh heck no, he's got to have those." So he printed them up. He designed them and printed them up, and they are available on his shop. And they plug in, and honestly, he matched the purple pretty darn good. So now you can have Skywarp the way that he's supposed to look, complete with his guns. So there you go. And he can still hold his tuning fork, of course. But I only brought that out just to show you what he comes with, as opposed to what he should have come with. But in reality, this belongs in the combined weapon, which I leave with Iguanas. So there you go. Because what was it Kingdom Starscream? Basically the same version of this figure came with the guns. And I'm pretty sure he has that, so it was probably pretty easy to model the guns. But Larkin's a real talented dude. You definitely should go check him out and help support him. So there you go. So that was the first thing. Next up, we got a little bit of a kit for Studio Series Perceptor dual hot dog cooker. I don't think if you're, I don't know if you saw something. If it's what I think you're thinking of, Fire Talks did that, and that reminds me, I really need to go get that from him. He made like I don't think it was a hot dog cooker, but he did a like a grill flipper and like a mustard and a ketchup can, and like a fry cooker. Because we were making jokes about lift ticket, the red hoist, like he's McDonald's hoist. So he went and got inspired and made some burger flipping tools. so there's Perceptor, but you might be bothered by the holes in his wrist. You might be bothered by the hole in his back, which it is also hilarious because we have an O face. If these are the eyes and that's his mouth, so we've got an O face on his back. And some people prefer that this is not accurate to his original gun, so maybe you want the original gun. So here's all the things that come in the kit. So we've got some gap fillers for his arms. We have a gap filler for the back, and we've got 2 pieces for weapon to homage his G1 figure. I did have the G1 figure at some point. I don't have it anymore. So you just kind of put those in together, and I don't think I have anything here except this. I believe he makes his stuff blast effects compatible. I believe Skywarp is the same way, by the way. Well, maybe not. At least not with that one. So let's see. So you got a big side and a back. Oops. Or does that go on his leg? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's his arm. I just didn't get it lined up right. Did a pretty good job with the color match. So there you can see it's got these little dimples there. Apparently the dimples go towards the hand. And I have to double check, but I'm pretty sure when you actually transform it, you obviously take these off, fold the hands in, and if I recall, the reason it's got those extra pieces is it actually does work in his alt mode, and it kind of helps fill that out as well. And so so we can get rid of the O face by putting this back piece on. So there you go. Covers it up nicely. And there he is with his new weapon too. So it's a very cool set for Studio Series Perceptor. Oh, the weapon Skywarp came with looks like a dual hot dog cooker. Ah! Okay, yes. Razorquake says, I like to think of Lift Ticket as Hoist, just a lot more violent. Okay. Yeah, so there you go. So there's Perceptor. He's got the arm gap fillers. He's got the new weapon. And he's got a back filler. So definitely like that. Very, very cool kit. He's got a lot of other really cool stuff too, so you definitely check it out. I could probably pull up his page here when we get done in a minute. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and tell you that this next set is currently sold out, but he has assured me that he is going to be making more. So we've got Shoulder Pads Prime, who we just got in last week, right? And so we've got the sword. The sword's cool. We've got the pizza cutter, not as cool. And as far as a gun, the gun that it comes with is this thing. Yeah, it's a manhole cover with, you know, whatever. So that's his gun, and yeah. So not real crazy about that. And then also the backs of his legs, bottom legs, are pretty gappy. So we've got a little baggie here. It's a little bit bigger than the other ones. So first up, we've got a gun, which is more reminiscent of his original G2 toy gun. Definitely way better than that that thing that they try to call a gun that came with the figure. So we go ahead and get that in his hand here. Might need to file that down a little bit. Good enough for now. He's holding it. The Star Trek gun. Okay, let me get this other baggie open. I think in the future I'll go ahead and just open the baggies ahead of time. So we've actually got 4 little gap filler pieces. I believe these are for the lower part of the leg and these are for the upper part of the leg. Or I think it's actually vice versa. So what you're going to do is you're going to take advantage of this. He's got 2 holes down here. He's going to take advantage of the one, and he's going to leave the second one open. So you just take that, plug it in. Then we take the other one. Goes in right below it, and there you go. Now you don't have such a gappy, hollow mess. There's a before and after for you. It's got some nice detail too. You know, he doesn't just make it clear and, you know, flat and smooth or whatever. He's got nice detail. It's like it's supposed to be there, you know. Deluxe Baldwin, what's up, man? Checking out Larkin's care package here. So there is that one, and one more goes down here. My big clumsy fingers. And then complicated by the fact that I'm in front of a camera. So there we go. So we've got the gap fillers in on his legs. Makes it look a lot better. And also his a far better gun for him. And Perceptor with his arm and back fillers and his additional gun. And Legacy Skywarp with his what should have been included in the package. No raise. Very cool. Thank you so much, Larkin. Really appreciate that. And again, I gotta throw the link in there. Go over there, support him, and help him out. Or at the very least, go over to his YouTube channel, subscribe, as if he needs them. The dude's raking in the subscribers lately. But while you're there, watch some of his videos. If you want to know more about what he's cooking up, he definitely posts the stuff on his channel first. Really cool dude. Go support Larkin's Lair. And yeah, go check out Deluxe too. You know, he's very prolific, putting up a video a day, it seems like, and they're always very good quality, very cool stuff. I think it's Fridays he does the What's New in Transformers news, And I gotta tell you, every time I watch it, I see something new that I didn't see in my normal travels. So I don't know where he gets it. I don't know if he's scouring the deep web or something, but I really do always appreciate that stuff. Go subscribe to Deluxe Baldwin and watch his stuff, comment, and all that good stuff. And Fitz, good to see you, man. Didn't see you there. Welcome. I just noticed his hand was crooked. And of course, you could always, you know, he's got two hands, so he could have a gun in one and sword in the other. Awesome. That's about all I have today. Oh yeah, I said we'd go over to check out Larkin's Etsy. So let's go. Okay, so there we go. He's got a little upgrade kit for tracks and road rage. It's a little extra pieces, gives him a little bit. It looks a little bit better on his, you know, on his head. You know, the missiles and all that stuff. I can't wait for the Scourge repaint. Oh, you know it's coming. You know that Scourge is coming. So there's your Skywarp. $3. Come on, man. That's nothing. That's a coffee. That's half a coffee. Perceptor, very reasonably priced. All this stuff. If you've got the Skywarp from that Amazon kit, you get some feather swords for him, similar to what Silverbolt had in the original toy and in the Magna Boss set. So he made some feather swords for that. He's also got a little upgrade kit for Pterosaur. I almost forgot that dude's name. But yeah, he's got like little shoulder cannons and a gun too. Got a weapon kit for Rhinox. If you want a little bit of extra beef on his chain guns of doom. This Waspinator piece is actually pretty cool because it's translucent purple and it's a really good match to the purple. It's inspired by the Thrilling 30 Waspinator because the gun with what that Kingdom Waspinator comes with is just okay. But this really makes it better. So that can't talk about that one enough. And then he's also got some extra. He's got a gun and some extra like gap fillers for Cybertron. I mean, Kingdom Galvatron, which I suppose would work for Legacy Galvatron too. He's definitely done some other stuff. And like I said, the Laser Prime, the Shoulder Pads Prime kit, he is making more. It's currently sold out, but he is making more. So. Thanks for swinging by, Grand Galvatron. Have a good evening. Open up Discord for a moment. You got a surprise coming in, says PB Chew. Okay, so what are we? What are we? What do we got a surprise? Ah. Did you work on that just now during this stream? You'll have to give me a moment while I switch over. Oh, that was a lot easier. So we've got Minecraft Overbite. That's awesome. Even though he's not coming to a game, we've got Overbite. And there's the back with the shark head. Shark head! there you go. Did it yesterday, but was going to put it in the community. Oh, you couldn't message me. We'll talk later. We'll talk later. Yeah, very cool. Thank you for sharing that. That indeed was a surprise. Shark bait, ooh ah. I made that joke very early on. Go. Pretty sure the event was called Shark Bait. So that was probably the one video that I put the most work into. The Shark Bait event is very simple thing. I immediately thought that same thing. When they called it the Shark Bait event, that was the first thing. I can't hear Shark Bait without also, at least in my head, thinking ooh ah. So if you haven't seen that video, go look at it. You'll probably get a kick out of it. But what I actually said there earlier was like, shark head, like from Moana. So I don't know if y'all caught that, but remember being present for that one? You weren't. You were not watching that shark bait live. I promise you. Because I wasn't live streaming yet. That was a video. You might have watched it. You might have been around when I posted it, but it was before. It was probably at least a year before I was doing live streams. Shark bait event. Pretty sure that's what it was called, because I mean I made that joke pretty much throughout that whole video. Ah, okay. You were around when it was posted. Yeah, see, I corrected myself and said, oh, that's probably what you mean. Yeah, actually, well, it might just because of me, but I just went on, you searched YouTube for Shark Bait event, and 1, 2, 3, 4, number 5. 5 years ago. Yeah, just Shark Bait event is what it's called. There you go. On the screen. In fact, right above it, Shark Bait, ooh ah. And then apparently there's a movie called Shark Bait, so. So there you go. Oh, you went by Alexander Rose. Okay, well that's why I didn't remember you, because you were using a different name. I do remember that name. Yeah, the Gnaw one. 5 years. Oh my goodness. It's hard to believe. When was Gnaw added? He was added right around that time. That was I think we were leading up to Gnaw being added during that event. I don't think that was. I'm pretty sure that wasn't to the event that he was added in, but we were leading up to it. Yeah. Good times. We were also young. Remember when Warpath first got released? Man, I remember when I got excited about getting Stormclash as a 1-star. That was like the early days, because Victorion had just come out, and I had that set, and I really enjoyed that set. In fact, I still do. I love the whole Rust Renegades, Torchbearers set, and I just think it's a cool idea. And so when I started seeing them during the game, like, wow, it's cool, it's in the game. I was excited about Stormclash, and she had those chain guns. I was like, yeah, cool, and it was a 1-star. Man, that was the biggest disappointment, is when I was leveling her up. I got her level 20. Okay, time to research. You can't research past 20. So that was disappointing. But you know, it happens. Yep. I was young and my heart was an open book. Thank you, Morris, for the great voice acting with Sea Spray. Just don't ask me to do it again. Oh my goodness. 1-star bots. Indeed. Yeah, I maxed all my 1-stars. Just because. Yeah, it's pretty easy. You just when you're doing elimination mode, just toss them on there, you know. They max out. Let's see. I don't have a whole lot else. Unless we want to open up another Micro Machine set. We got Nemesis Prime and an action truck last time. I did, by the way, manage to find the final Micro Machines, so I do have the whole set now. So I found Optimus Prime. Can I transform Overbite? Of course I can. I transformed him earlier. Psh. What a silly question. Oh, you mean you want to see me do it? Okay. I knew what you meant. So there he is. He's got a big old gun. And he's got a big old sword, which, if you've seen, does actually combine, as you could probably tell, does actually combine with the other weapons from the other Seacons into a big sword for Piranacon. So there he is, and we'll transform his arms. The arms are transformed. So basically just spin his head around, and the shark head kind of pegs in the back. You just flip it up, and you gotta move it back a little bit and then fold it in. And it snaps in, and then the mouth can open. So that's basically the top half transformed. You gotta give him a spin at the waist. So, you know, I think Ripper Snapper does the same thing. In fact, I know he does, because I just transformed him earlier as well. And you've got the aerial bot legs. You know, we're all familiar with the aerial bot legs from Combiner Wars, Power of the Primes. You open them up. I suppose you should probably pull the fins out. Pull the fins out from the side first. That'll make it easier. And you open up the aerial bot legs, and you kind of accordion them up. And they do fit under there. I think you might need to lift this up first to get those legs before you lock it in. Yeah. So don't close the shark head down before you get the legs in, and then it fits in there nicely. The shark fins tab together. You close up the legs, and then his shark legs. Yeah, they just basically kind of rotate down. So there you go. There is Overbite, and if you can imagine him in white, blue, and gold, that's Sea Phantom. And even though he's standing horizontal, those big old clompers he's got are definitely will still support him without needing the arms. So you can put the arms all the way up like as if he's being arrested, and it still holds him just fine. Could you imagine arresting a giant shark monster? Robot, even? So there you go. Now he does have a gun mode. I'm not sure if I can remember how that all works. I think that just goes in. And definitely need to rotate the combiner thing. I don't know if there's anything special that you do. Pretty sure that head's not right. Well, that's not right. It's like leg mode, but with the combiner peg sticking down. Yeah, honestly, I don't remember leg mode either. It's been a while. So I would imagine leg mode is something similar like that. And let's see, the gun, I believe, just kind of plugs in. So something like that. I happen to also have the hand that he comes with. It's pretty cool how they did this to make it to where, so you got the combiner peg, so you got the combiner hands. And it's got the place where you could put like a prime core in there, but it's also perfect size for the combiner peg. So when you so you just kind of plug it in there, and then this hand would be pegged into whoever's the arm, and then you'd basically hold the gun kind of like that. So imagine shoving a gun like in the top of your in the top of your hand. There you go. Razor Quick, have a good evening. Good luck tomorrow. So that's the cool thing about the Seacons, is that they actually had that the original G1 Seacons, they had 6 members, and the 6th one, and I believe Overbite was the one who typically was depicted as a gun. But any of them could be a gun. They all had gun modes. They could all be an arm, they all could be a leg, and they all could be a gun. So really, Piranhacon is the only combiner target master that I'm aware of, because God Neptune couldn't be a combiner target master because they omitted the 6th person. The 6th spot. They just have 5 to make the combiner. Overbite or not a leader? I've typically seen Overbite, but I mean, like I said, yeah, you could, or the pictures that I've seen anyway. But I mean, clearly it could be anybody. So there you go. Gun mode. Nada later was because he's a hopeless guy that'll affect the mind combination. Yeah, that would be a good reason to keep him out of your gestalt. It's like, no, you can't join us because you're gonna depress us all. You just go be the gun. That's kind of like the whole story about why Menasor was so unstable, is because they just didn't get along. And then of course you also had was it Dead End tended to be kind of the glass half empty kind of a guy. King Poseidon was the Japanese name of the Generation 1. In the US here it was Piranacon. But then you had the Beast Wars 2nd, had the Deco, which is what we're actually getting in the game. That one went by God Neptune. Which is probably because in Japan it was King Poseidon, then God Neptune. Kind of actually makes a lot of sense, but I don't know, Piranacon actually sounds pretty cool, even though none of them are piranhas. I don't know, Scalor's kind of piranha-like. He's the fish. We'll see him, or eventually. You'll see at least a toy version of him, because it won't be Scalor in the game. It'll be whatever the God Neptune version of him is. Nada later was supposedly very incompetent, even incapable of sea combat despite being a Seacon. Yeah, wow, that's kind of pointless. It's almost as bad as Silverbolt being afraid to fly. There you go. There's an alternate transformation for you. It's a little stubby. Then I do really like how these shark fins kind of fold up so nicely into the leg. I really do like that. That was a really cool move. One of the best transformation moves I've seen in a Hasbro product, or really any Transformer. Really dig that. It just occurred to me that the holes in his fists don't go all the way through. Most figures, the holes in their fists go all the way through, but not his. Probably because of the alt mode where he's got the claws like that. Huh, it's interesting. I never noticed that before. Ripper Snapper's the same way. Craziness happening. So there you go, he's all back transformed. And if you really want to, you could have a hand coming out of his chest for some reason. I don't know why you would want to do that. You could have him sort of impersonate Lockdown almost. Have a gun come out of his chest. That actually looks cooler. Phil says that looks weird. It does. I do that sometimes. I just do weird stuff just because. Would I ever do that? You know, for real, like to display on my shelf? Of course not. Especially the massive hand. Oh yeah, that's. I don't know. Sometimes I just get weird thoughts in my head, and I reviewed Impactor, the Collectors Club Impactor, a while ago. I think it was probably one of my first live reviews. I actually did it on Facebook for some reason, then posted the video. And as I was doing it, that Impactor came with so many weapons. He came with his own original weapons that Rook had, and he came with all of RC's weapons as well, because they kind of fit that Impactor idea, at least according to those guys. And so I ran out of places to put stuff, and I had his little, you know that little claw thing that, like the Jaws of Life thing that Rook came with. I had that left over, and Impactor kind of had one of those ports on his toes, so I just stuck that in there and said, "Look, a toe claw," or something like that. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I do weird stuff. You know, you get used to it. I do appreciate everybody coming by, but since I have resorted to weirdness, that's an indication that I've run out of stuff to do and say. I do appreciate you sticking around and hanging out for the weirdness portion of it. Scrapper Dev, Action Whale, PB Chew. Looks like you guys are Risk. I see is here, so I appreciate all of you guys sticking around, and anybody else that may be out there lurking. Or just so tired of typing, just let him just keep talking. Anyway, Silverbolt, thank you for joining. Thank you for sticking around. I really do appreciate it, all you guys. And I'm Engineer Hoist. Keep rolling, my friends. We'll see you next time. Come on, button, work.